Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career, the England years with me, Daniel. It's episode 11 today and we're back slightly later than planned for the second test of this West Indies series. Of course, one that's kicking off in real life today as we speak. It's the first day. But there are a few things we've got to talk about here. Firstly, a remarkable end to the first test. So we're going to go and have a look at that and then we'll crack on with the second one. We really need to recover with the bat. We got 2 single-digit scores in the first test, and with the ball we struggled a little as well. So we need recovery today, or I'm starting to fear we won't be in this side much longer. But let's wait and see, shall we? We've got the ODI call-up against Ireland coming soon, but of course there's first-class cricket in there as well, so I'm a little bit concerned at present. The form's starting to drop off, we're not feeling confident with the bat or the ball, and that's not a good combination. But if you are looking forward to this episode and you have enjoyed the series so far, please do put a thumbs up on it. Even if you're looking forward to England West Indies or you've been watching it this morning, let me know how you're getting on. It's definitely good to have cricket back though. If you haven't already, subscribe down below for daily FM20 content and 2 episodes a week from this one, as well as weekly live streams as well. And of course, if you can catch up with the series so far in the eye above. And it includes the first test against the Windies where we really struggled, particularly with the bat. So let's go and have a look at that first test. It was remarkable. So the first test at Edgbaston, West Indies won by 2 wickets. Now I don't know if you remember, we came back in the second innings at about 100 and something for 8, where West Indies needed 330 odd for victory. Now I've got to show you this, because it is remarkable. Of course we got out for 1 with the bat in the first innings. In the first innings with the ball, we managed to take 1 wicket for 15 in our 5 overs. In the second innings, we got 7, another poor single-digit score. And with the ball, this is what we need to talk about. The Windies won it by 2 wickets. Their 9th wicket stand, which won them the match, was 313. They were 188 for 8, needing 500 to win. And they got there, and they didn't lose a wicket. Orson Spain, who took ours in the second innings, he got to 128 not out. Hetmeyer, who in the first innings we looked like getting out, got 224. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was what Ben Stokes stints in the Ashes against Australia, but twice as much. It was ridiculous. Absolutely insane. But let's look at our figures in that one. 18 overs bowled, an incredible economy. 0 for 22, but they were just seeing us off. We didn't look like getting a breakthrough. I don't actually think we threatened a wicket at any stage. And in the end, it was really easy. The 2 spinners, myself and Borthwick, we looked economical but didn't do anything with it. And the West Indies got the unlikeliest of victories. And that leads us into this second test at Headingley. So it's England v the West Indies and we need recovery. If we don't win this test, we can't win the series. If we don't draw this test, we're going to lose the series. We are the better side on paper, but fielding is where the Windies are stronger. Both teams have very strong bowling attacks, and it's supposed to be us who are better with the bat. But of course we've been letting the side down on that front. So it's a standard medium pitch. The image of the kit was Joe Root, so I presume he'll still be skipper in the side. So let's get into this second test and see if we can get a bit of redemption on a much safer pitch for English conditions. The second test begins, Headingley is filling up and the covers are coming off. It is a big match for us. It's a big one in our career, it's a big one in the test series for England. And remarkably, given the last result, they've gone... Have they gone? Yeah, it's an unchanged team. That's really interesting. It's cold conditions, not the best rain forecast, doesn't look great. But Headingley, a wonderful stadium, a ground I've visited myself and enjoyed, and I'm hoping being out in the middle will be just as good an experience. West Indies have called. Joe Root flips the coin. Are we going to win the toss and are we going to bat first? West Indies have won it. What are they going to do? They've got a good bowling attack. They'll probably want to go the same again, will they? Are they going to bowl? I'm expecting them to. They have. So we are going to be out with the bat first and we have a chance at redemption. A standard pitch. It's a medium pace one. There's no chance of us getting outbounced and weird deliveries and spin and unexpected cracks in the pitch. The first day, it should be a batting fortress. If we can get past the overcast conditions at the start, we could build a big score here. But confidence is low, and it's much easier said than done. So we'll be back in a minute for the first ball to face our old nemesis McGee. Here we go then, the first ball of the second test. It's our old nemesis McGee, there's space on the leg side and down the ground. but he beats the outside edge. James Vince watches on, probably in horror, knowing he's likely to lose his partner in the first over or two. And McGee hasn't changed a bit. It's the second test, but he's still changing up his field every delivery. This one's a bit straighter. Oh, he's caught us with a slower ball. It's very frustrating. We cannot get this man away. He's such a skillful bowler. Maybe not the quickest in the world, but he has got so many great skills. That one's straight though, and we can just nudge it away. Just one to get off the mark, but it isn't going to be a duck, and now we've got to build on it. James Vince to first the rest of the over. Well, he's got one off his second delivery, and we're now back for the last ball. If it's outside off, we leave it. We don't want any risks at all. If it's down the middle, we play down the ground, and we're going to get another single, and that keeps us on strike and takes us on to 2. It's already our second best score of the series, and now we've got Orson Spain, I presume. The medium pacer got us in the second innings, and we need to be careful here. There is a little bit of space on the leg side, but again, it's quite a clever field placement. It's a straight delivery, and we play to mid-wicket. There's a vacant gap there, and we run through for 1. James Vince back on strike, but 3 runs early, and very promising signs so far. We're striking it well, and we're striking it consistently. And James Vince appears to be doing the same. He's now 4 off 6, and we're back on strike for the last ball of the over. Round the corner, oh, it doesn't beat the fielder. I'd started running, but it wasn't quite enough, and we have to rush back. England 7 without loss after 2, and now McGee's back again. I mean, he's got that leg side covered on this occasion. So is he going to go wide? Do we need to go down the ground? Oh, it was a wide delivery by the looks of it, but it swung back in dangerously, and it nearly got us. So we might have to start playing at those. That one didn't swing back in. We're gambling on that, but we're still on 3, and we're still having trouble with McGee. He's opened up the leg side, which probably means he'll bowl wider now, because he won't just give us runs, will he? It's wide, it's outside off. We've just got to be patient. We got caught playing at 1 a couple of times, and we don't want to do that again here. So with 2 balls left in the over, sorry. There's space down the ground again. We're back to the original field. It's a short ball. We tried to cut it away. Wasn't ever going to happen, that. We need to be patient. I'm trying to talk to myself, and it's not working. Patience is key here. The same field again. Mid-on is the vacant area. Can we find it? We can't. It's wide outside off, and with 3 overs gone, 8 without loss England, and we've only managed to get 3 on the board. No such trouble for James Vince at the other end. He's now 11 off 13, and we've got the first bowling change. Kimo pulls back in, and that means we've got a lot more pace to face, but we've struck that beautifully to mid-on. And I think we're going to get back for 2. We are. We're able to just amble through in the end. A really nice strike at the bat, a forward defensive, and to the vacant area we had 2 runs. 5 without loss now, and that gap has immediately been plugged in the outfield. So mid-wicket, the only real vacant region now. So full delivery, and it just beats the outside edge. There's still too many of those scares for our liking, and we're still only on 5 as the field's changed again. We've not really been able to get near double figures in this series. This is a chance. Oh, it is so close every time. First slip diving for it. I don't know if it took a nick. It got dropped in the end. I don't think we got anything on it. As mid-on's opened up again. That's got to be our main aim here, because generally that's been the best shot. And this time we're on the back foot off the short ball, and it flies off the bat for 4. A lovely stroke down the ground. The back foot may be the way forward, and we move on to 9. Our best score of the series, remarkably. Just 1 off double figures, as mid-wicket is the area to aim for again. Oh, that's an awful delivery. Wide outside leg. That's going to be a wide, surely. An easy run for England. That's what we like. And he's opened up mid-on again. Maybe back to the previous plan. Can we finish in style here? It's straight. It's down the ground. It's becoming our favourite shot. And I think that one's going to make it as well. 4 again. 13 runs up. And we are starting to look like we're a little bit comfortable here. 13 runs on the board after a slow start. And we've got the final ball of the over to come. England 25 without loss. Space on the leg side. A straight delivery. And it swings away really viciously. And the over's gone. But we've started to find some form. It's another full delivery. It's another shot to that vacant mid-on area. And I'd start to think they're going to plug that now. Because we've run through for a very comfortable 2 yet again. And that, does that take us past 15 now? 15 off 18. 29 out for England. We're starting to look like a test batsman here. We're starting to believe. But we can't get arrogant too soon as the short ball beats us all ends up. And I tell you what, any edge on that, off the handle, off the glove, and we would have been out. So let's not get excited just yet. Pull in again, straight again, full again, and plounded away down to mid-on again. Is it going to reach the boundary? The fielder's chasing hard, but it's reached it for 4. Another good boundary. That's our 3rd one down the ground. And although that one was a little bit of an inside edge, we just got enough on it. 6 off the over already. We're starting to look really confident. It's starting to come back. The mojo's there. It's outside off. Oh, it just beats the edge. Every time we get confident, we then get beaten by 1. But thankfully, after that, they normally go back to this field, which is opening up mid-on and giving us a chance to play down the ground. That one's too wide though, so we just have to leave. There's a new bowler in at the other end as well, a left-arm pace bowler. But we've seen off that over, and now it's Paul coming back in, and it's just beating the outside edge. James Vince on to 17, we're on 19. England 37 without loss, the run rate's good, mid-on's been plugged now, so we've got to play leg side. Can we get the right delivery for it? No, we have to leave. Much more disciplined performance so far. Yes, a couple have beaten the edge, we're not quite in our best form. We've hit a few lovely strokes, particularly defending off the back foot. And this one's full. Oh, it just beats it. It's such a poor effort of the shot, that. And now the confidence is turning into arrogance. We've only scored 19. Don't get excited yet. Oh, that's wide. That's going to be a wide. Surely umpire. Come on, get involved here. He does. Good lad. And the space at mid-on has been opened up again. I just want to get into the 20s. That sort of feels like it's not a failure if we do that. And we do. The shot down to mid-on. Not as good a connection this time. Might sneak through for 2. We will. Poor fielding in the end, despite their good rating. And James Vince runs through at the bowler's end. That takes us into the 20s. Mid-on is still open. And there's still 2 balls left in the over as England bring up 40. Can we increase that? No, that's wide. We shouldn't have fished at that. We've got to remember the discipline. We've got to keep it. There is no rush to get runs here. Mid-on still open, as is the leg side. Which option do we want? Oh, we've been beaten again. The over's up. A good comeback from Paul. And England held on 40. James Vince adds one early in the 10th over. And we've now got Duncan, the left-hander, coming in. Oh, it's just that perfect line. 4th or 5th stump. Just on the edge of the stumps. We don't know whether to go for it. And it's a very bizarre field. I mean, it's a bizarre ground, if anything. I mean, look how far over the pitch is. As we play to the leg side, it's not going to matter there. That is a thunderous shot. And it's still struggling to reach the boundary. But a full delivery, timed perfectly, 4 more runs. We're dealing in boundaries at the moment. And up the hill, considering that's got to be an extra 20-30 metres to our leg side there. That is a fantastic shot. And they've opened up down the ground as well. And it bowled full, and he's got the slower ball in, and it's nearly caught us out. 1 more left in the over. And although we've done okay here, I'm struggling with the left-hander again. We've got down the ground, we've got leg side, and that's wide, so we're going to have to leave it. But another good shot with 10 overs gone. We've made 25, and England not to lose a wicket yet. But McGee's back in. Vince has scored a few, but now with 2 balls left in the over, we're back on strike, and it's a full delivery. Not quite as narrow as before. We've been playing down the ground. It's gone wider, just beats the deep forward mid-wicket, and it reaches the boundary for 4 more. And now we're only 1 away from the 30s, and at that point we can start to build our average, and maybe even start to think about 50. But it's a short ball outside off, and we get out the way. There's no risk being taken now. We're starting to get our judgment back, and England's starting to look good here. 12 overs gone, both batsmen now scoring quickly. The run rate's nearly 5 and over, and the left-hander's going around the wicket, which is a strange choice based on that delivery. It swung away and nearly beat the wicket-keeper, and that could have been 4. So let's see what they do with this one. But I have no real fear when they're coming around the wicket. And again, easy to get away. We don't beat the fielder on this occasion, but I don't feel like there's any risk of a wicket. So I've no problem with him bowling this way. There's space on the leg side here, and if that ball is not going across our body, it should be an easy 4. And it's not, so we've padded it away on the leg side. It's the shorter boundary, and it's thundered for 4. This is starting to feel like we've forced a change. We've forced the bowler to do something different, and it's something outside his comfort zone, and it's something that's very much in ours. So we move on to 33. We're nearly going at 1 a ball after that. And it's another one wide. Oh no! Oh no! It was all going so well. And in our 38th delivery, we got too arrogant. We played it a wide one. It was gonna be a wide. And it took a massive edge. It's gone flying up in the air. And in the end, it's the man at mid-off who catches it. Look at the spin on that. It was ferocious. We were beaten by the change of pace, the change of length. And what a silly way to lose our wicket. We were so easily on course for a half century. And we've thrown it away on 33. The end of a more promising innings, but still a little bit of a failure, to be honest. 24 runs coming off boundaries, and off 38 we get 33 runs. But what a sickening way to lose it. Joe Root, the skipper, comes in. Let's see where they leave us for the bowling innings. And this is where the game stands, and it's probably a bit more worrying than the first match, because to be honest, we had a bigger lead and we were looking more comfortable, and we still managed to throw that away, albeit via a freak partnership. We're back in to face Hetmyer again. I mean, we've had some different sort of battles with him. Firstly, nearly getting him out in the first innings, making it look easy against him. And then in the second innings, it's just picking us off. Really playing defensively and then taking advantage at the other end. So as it stands, England get 369. Our opening partner, James Vince, gets a century again. Folkes gets a half century. And Ben Stokes, the next top scorer, on 35. A fair few failures, which means we are the 4th top scorer in the innings, but still nothing special. It's the joint best scorer of the West Indies so far, but Hetmyer definitely the man to watch. West Indies now on 101 for 3, early wickets for Miles and Garton, who's been very expensive, and West Indies trail by 268. It's a more promising sign with the bat. It was a better innings, but we got out in a silly way and the concentration just waned again. Something that can't happen at test level, or we're not going to last here for much longer. But definitely promising signs, some consistent stroking of the ball, particularly the defensive shots off the back foot. And we got some lovely boundaries on the leg side too, but didn't really get to play against the spinner, didn't get to open up. And that's possibly the regret of the innings, particularly looking at the economy at the end, where the spinner really suffered later on. In terms of the West Indies innings though, we are back to face Waddle and Hetmyer. The same partnership that we had early on after getting Darren Bravo in the first innings. But that was in the first test match. We've never got these two out. We've just made it look a bit difficult for them. Hetmyer's flown out the traps, and why wouldn't he after his double century last time out? A match-winning performance which probably gave him all the confidence in the world. So we will be back next time. We'll play through the bowling innings off camera because we know we're a pretty average performer there. And we will be back for the second innings with a bat to see what position we're in against the Windies and whether we can take advantage and build on a much more encouraging display. So if you want to see that and you did enjoy this one, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I really do appreciate your support with it. Subscribe down below and turn your notifications on. You'll get alerts as 2 episodes a week released from this series, as well as daily FM20 content and much more. We've also got weekly live streams every Tuesday morning at 10 AM, so please do pop along if you're able to. Finally, do check out the podcast channel in the eye above. There's links to interviews with former and current professional footballers, matchday vlogs, topical podcasts and predictions every week as well. But I hope to see you next time for a massive one in this series. We have to win the test to be able to win the series. Can we do it? Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.